Welcome to The Explainer. We're jumping right into the wild, totally unpredictable, and frankly unbelievable world of animal behavior today. Listen, we've gone through hours and hours of extraordinary footage, instances where animals completely shattered what we thought we knew about them, and we've distilled the absolute best moments for you right here. We're looking at things caught on camera that reveal raw survival tactics, astonishing empathy, and deeply ingrained instincts. If you think you've got the animal kingdom figured out, well, get ready to have your expectations completely flipped upside down.
Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever seen a cow attack a cheetah? I know, it sounds like the setup to a ridiculous joke, right? But our source material highlights this exact, incredibly rare phenomenon. We are so used to the strict rules of predator and prey, but you know what? Nature absolutely loves an exception. Sometimes the animal you fully expect to be the helpless victim fiercely fights back, completely turning the tables on a top-tier predator.
And the absurdity really doesn't stop there. We've come through an incredible compilation of viral moments to uncover the bizarre behaviors driving these creatures. I mean, did you know bats are actually pretty great swimmers? Or how about a crab that somehow managed to mug a deep-sea diver and successfully steal their camera? No way, right? We're going to unpack the raw instincts driving these moments, showing you exactly why animals constantly defy our human expectations.
Section 1. Fierce self-defense. When prey fights back. Now, what's really interesting here is the stark contrast in how survival plays out. You'd normally expect a massive hawk swooping down from the sky to result in a quick, tragic end for a tiny chick. But like I said, nature loves a plot twist. Instead, we see a brave mother hen who completely rejects her status as prey. She fiercely, and I mean courageously, fights off this aerial predator to protect her young. It's a stunning display of maternal instinct, just completely overpowering the natural fear of a deadly predator. And survival instincts don't just kick in during predator attacks out in the wilderness. They also happen when the wild intersects with our modern human spaces. We've got footage of monkeys coordinating a full-on strategic invasion of a local restaurant. Then there's a massive mother bear who, rather than being aggressive, simply visits a human house with her cub in a desperate search for food. We even have a raccoon who found the ultimate life hack by setting up a cozy, warm camp entirely hidden in a house's ceiling. And oh man, let's not forget the hilarious standoffs where territorial animals, sometimes literally just neighborhood pets, end up completely terrorizing poor delivery drivers who just want to drop off a package. It leads to some pretty hilarious outcomes, actually. Like one homeowner confidently declaring, "The raccoon will never visit this house again." See, when wild animals like raccoons or foxes try to encroach on human turf, they often forget to account for the domestic pets guarding it. We've seen incredible instances where house cats and dogs, animals we usually think of as just cuddly companions, will fiercely and successfully defend their homes. They literally force wild invaders to completely change their minds and retreat.
And this brilliantly illustrates a universal truth about the animal kingdom: confidence is entirely relative. A pack of wild dogs was acting incredibly tough, putting on a brave face, dominating their territory. That is, until a massive hippo decided to casually emerge from the water right next to them. Suddenly, all that bravery just vanished. In the wild, acting tough only lasts exactly until a much bigger animal shows up to remind you of the hierarchy.
Let's move to Section 2, Bizarre Interspecies Interactions, Unlikely Friends and Foes. These interactions completely defy logical biological programming. You'd expect a bear, a lion, and a wolf hanging out together to be a total bloodbath, right? Instead, they live peacefully like characters straight out of a children's storybook. It's wild. We've also seen a small kitten bond so deeply with a dog that it truly believes the dog is its mother. And of course, our sneaky crab from earlier engaging in full-blown interspecies grand larceny by stealing a diver's camera underwater.
Now, when we watch these clips, human nature kicks in. It's called anthropomorphism. Basically, we tend to attribute our own human traits and emotions to these animals. For example, the source footage shows a monkey that just looks incredibly grumpy, and we instantly assume it's in a bad mood. Or a donkey that steps between two fighting animals, and we immediately label it an intentional peacekeeper, trying to solve the problem peacefully. While they might just be acting on pure instinct, we just can't help but see our own human drama reflected in their actions.
But you know, our human assumptions can completely mislead us. Take the massive fruit bat, for example. When people first see the footage of this creature hanging upside down, the sheer size of it creates immediate panic. It looks like a terrifying monster from a horror movie. But the reality? Actually, there is zero need to panic. It's just a completely harmless fruit eater enjoying a snack. Appearances in the animal kingdom can be incredibly deceiving. And the exact same goes for apex predators. We build up big cats like cheetahs and panthers to be nothing but fearsome, relentless hunting machines. Yet, even a fearsome black panther sometimes acts exactly like a giant, oversized house cat. When they're relaxed, they play, they roll around, and they seek affection just like the domestic kittens sitting on our living room couches right now.
Section 3. Breathtaking rescue operations. Empathy in action. Rescuing a wild animal is incredibly tense. Just imagine spotting a massive elk, completely blinded, with its head wedged tightly inside a large metal bucket out in the middle of a lake. Rescuers have to carefully and quietly approach a highly distressed, potentially dangerous wild animal without spooking it further into the deep water. All of that just to finally pull that bucket off and provide the relief the exhausted elk needed so desperately.
So the crucial point here is, rescuing an animal isn't always a one-person job. Take extracting a giant elephant that's immobilized and stuck deep in a mud pool. You obviously can't just pull an elephant out by yourself. It requires forming a massive, collaborative human rescue team where everyone chips in, followed by the sheer, exhausting physical labor of an entire group working in unison. They have to successfully haul tons of terrified animal back on a solid ground to safety. It literally takes a village to save a giant.
But empathy definitely goes both ways, and it doesn't always require a life-or-death rescue. In a zoo setting, a massive mother gorilla noticed a human mother holding her baby on the other side of the glass enclosure. Instead of ignoring them or acting aggressively, the gorilla instinctively went and retrieved her own infant, bringing it right up to the glass for a shared visit. It's a breathtakingly beautiful moment of cross-species maternal empathy. It just proves that protective, proud parental instincts are universally understood across the entire animal kingdom.
And speaking of gentle giants, a massive herd of elephants, creatures that could crush practically anything in their path without even noticing, actually altered their entire trajectory. Why? Simply to avoid stepping on tiny little birds resting on the ground. This wasn't an accident, it was a deliberate, collective decision by the herd to protect creatures that were infinitely smaller and weaker than themselves.
Underlying all these incredible moments are profound flashes of animal intelligence. They are constantly problem-solving. We've got footage of a clever dog who realizes a piece of machinery isn't working correctly and actively goes out of its way to alert a human worker. We see dogs navigating waters, swimming highly efficiently alongside their human friends. We see dolphins demonstrating advanced cognitive abilities as they train and memorize complex routines. They are deeply aware of their surroundings.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question. Based on the brave defenses, the unlikely friendships, the cross-species empathy, and the high-level problem-solving we've analyzed today, do these animals possess far more awareness and feelings than we ever imagined? It's something absolutely worth considering the next time you encounter a creature, whether it's your own house cat or a massive wild elephant. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope it sparked your curiosity as much as it did mine.